To have the presentations of our Hungarian colleagues of the Deep Startup Ecosystem Accelerator in English language, even though many of them are Hungarian. We will have this presentation after a short break, but before the break we will share with you what we actually did with the Deep Startup Ecosystem Accelerator and why we did these things. Before I dive deeper into this, I would also invite our partner from the National Innovation Agency, Professor Robert Samogy, on stage. Yes, Robert, while you make your way, a few words about myself. My name is Thomas Kösters. I'm the Managing Director of Deep Ecosystems. We're a global community of innovation hubs. 70% of our members are from Europe, but also we have members from Japan to Chile, like I want to say. So there's really a global community of innovation hubs working together in deep ecosystems, and we're very happy that Robert is also part of this community and will share now his view on what we did here together. Robert.
Thank you very much. Jó reggelt vagy jó napot kívánok! Sajnos nekem is majd angolul kell majd folytatni, úgyhogy welcome also from my side. What is NIUI and why is NIUI involved in this program? Maybe you know a little bit about NIUI. We are the Hungarian Innovation Agency and we are responsible for innovation. But what is innovation and why is it important and why we are working together with DEEPSEA? I think one of the main things in innovation is that this is a driver of the economic. If you see all the facts and all the statistics nowadays, without innovation, the EU is in a big trouble. And if you know the big reports from Draghi, which are saying that normally Europeans should invest 700 to 800 billion euros in innovation, then we are very, very far away from these numbers. And here in Hungary also, we need to improve the innovation. We have to boost the innovation. And this is one task of the Hungarian Innovation Agency. If we are going a little bit deeper in our mission is very easily saying, or short, we have to boost innovation and getting the innovation on the road. What do I mean with that? The problem is that we have very good universities, we have very good companies here in Hungary, but 80% of the innovation is not coming to the market. And that is a big issue, and this is not only in Hungary like that, it's European-wide the same. The problem is we have ideas, but they are not going on the market. Why they are not going on the market? You have any ideas? I'm sure. Lack of funding, lack of communication, lack of networking, and lack of thinking and believing in being big and getting big. Because you know exactly if you see the startups in Hungary, Hungary is a small market. If you want to grow, you have to leave Hungary. You have to go either to the European markets, or the American markets, or the Asian markets. And again, the statistics, if you see the funding from pre-seed to the round ABCD, then it's very easy. When the risk is high in pre-seed, in seed phases, then the money is coming from Europe to the European startups. The risk is going down, then, of course, the ticket size are increasing. And if you're coming to a scale-up phase, then the money in Europe is not enough. So the big startups, they are looking either to the States or to China or Asia. So this is really a gap here in Europe, and of course one of the tasks of NIUI is also to get the good startups into these kind of markets, to show them on the global desk, on the global markets. And that's the reason why we have also a very good program. It's called Expand, where we try to teach in different rounds the startups and then prepare them for the international market. And then we are going, last year we were in 14 different exhibitions worldwide, and there we try to get them in a network which is working. So that is also the reason why these kind of demo days are very important for us, that we can show these Hungarian startups to the community, to the networking, and you know exactly behind the money, startup is also talking about networking. And networking is very important, you have to know the right people. And again, these kind of events are very important for these kind of issues. So thank you very much, and hopefully you will stay with us and see what kind of project teams we are bringing here to the desk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, back to my introduction, as I said, Thomas Kösters, the CEO of Deep Ecosystems. Deep Ecosystems is a global community of innovation hubs. We bring together those entrepreneurial players that want to support startups and innovation in their hometowns, in their regions, and we do this worldwide. What we do is that we ourselves operate an accelerator for ecosystems. That means we are not accelerating the startups directly, but we support those that are supporting the startups on the ground. Why is that needed? Because as Robert pointed out, there are so many preconditions for startup success before it can happen. Even the best entrepreneur will run against walls and have closed doors in front of him if there is not a network, there is not an ecosystem that is preparing the ground for startup success in their home region, in their country. This is not only a problem of Hungary, this is a problem that all of Europe is facing. We see it sometimes in the early stages that you lack the support to even get off the ground, and sometimes we see it in the later stages where it's about getting into networks that allow for financing of big startup success. Now, what can we do about this? We are not lost. We actually can build the momentum, and we can build the ecosystems and the institutions that allow us to support startup founders on scale. Our role models listed here, for example, are Unternehmertum in Munich, the largest entrepreneurship center at a university in the world with over 400 employees that is supporting startups from the ground and has supported many unicorns in Munich. Nowadays, Munich has even overtaken Berlin in the number of startups and in the funding of startups. Can you imagine? Now, other examples are Startup Chile. The CEO of Startup Chile was one of our co-founders of Deep Ecosystems. Also, this being a worldwide success story of how a country that was not entrepreneurial at all managed to build from the start an entrepreneurial ecosystem that is supporting international startups in Chile. Station F, you might know in Paris, the largest incubator in the world. It's another of these hubs that is actively bringing together an ecosystem that supports startup success. And Paris is on the map for startups, even though they only speak French, right? So there's hope for Hungary as well, and that is why we have partnered up with the players here in Hungary to bring an accelerator for 8 moonshot projects that we would support over 2 years to build their innovation ecosystem. These moonshot projects should be ambitious and should try to change the status quo, change the way we are building innovation today, and make it much easier for startups to succeed in the future. We do that through the 2-year program that is described here, and we have supported the startup ecosystems listed on this slide. So today you will see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. You will see 7 out of those 8 today because one of them unfortunately couldn't make it to the meeting today. And you will hear their vision for Hungary. They will all tell you about the issue that they discovered in the ecosystem and how they systemically want to change the barriers and take out the barriers for startup growth in Hungary. They're all starting from a grassroots perspective. They are not big institutions that already have budgets of millions in their pockets and just need to decide which startups they want to fund. No. These are community-driven initiatives that start to pull together a new ecosystem with big ambition that can change the way we support startups. So, after the break, we will see, maybe they can quickly raise their hand so that you see them. David Kiest from European Innovation Week over there. Linda Gismartin-Lechner from Green Brother, not sure if I see her. Eric Schabo from Lab to Care and Bertalan, also here. Timea Varga from Village 21, over there, fantastic. Caroli Shanto from University Venture Capital Coalition, over there, raising his hand. Andras Ravas from Vino, I saw him before, so he's here. And Balázs Horváth from Transformation Innovation Kitchen, which is also our co-host today of this wonderful event. So, I would say now we go into a short break. Everyone has to serve the coffee and the toilet break, and then when you come back, we will get back to the pitches, and I will explain you how we can actually help to decide who will win those two wonderful trophies that we have here. One is the People Choice Award, which you will vote for, and one is given by the jury. I will explain it after the break, and now I would say everyone have a coffee, walk around, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, and we see you in about 10 minutes. Thank you.